Hello everybody, welcome to the first edition of the Schneider Electric tools. I'm your host Leandro Mala, and in this video what we're gonna see is the product selector that we have in our website. So let's go to the presentation. So what is a product selector? Basically, in a Schneider we have a huge range of products, and sometimes it can be difficult to select the one that we want. That's why we have this product selector to speed up the process and select the product that we need to use. So in order to have access to this product selector, what we need is to have internet access and then access to our website, which is se.com. Then you should be able to select your country or the country nearby, and then you should be able to come up with something similar to this. Okay, then what we need is to select support, and in the support you should be able to see this kind of menu or something similar depending on the country. Okay, so basically this is what we have. Something important for you is to take a look into here to cybersecurity. Once you enter into cybersecurity, you should be able to see you have the possibility to receive all the updates once you enter your email, which is quite handy. Something very important is the Schneider exchange. Okay, so you can see different customers that also exchanging some of their products over there. I will go into detail later in each of them, but if you want to buy one of our products and you don't have any distributor selected, or you know where to buy our products, this is something very good for you. Then in order, then when you have a question about one of our products, probably go into the FAQs, quite nice. Then if you have an old product, and for example you're selecting an ITB 6171 or an old prevent safety relay, you can go to the product substitution and replacement, and it will help you to identify which is the alternative or the direct replacement for the device that you have. But what we're going to do right now is to use the product selector, which is a nice tool. Okay, so once you select the product selector, you should be able to go to another web page, and in that page you should be able to launch it. Otherwise, if you don't want to do it in this way, you can always scroll down in home page and select launch product selector. Then you should be able to see this website, and you just launch the product selector. Once you launch it, this is the view that you're going to have. So basically it will show you the main catalog divided of segments. Okay, as you can see here, we have building, critical power, industrial automation control. This one is the one that I'm going to make more focus. Low voltage, medium voltage, and residential. So this is like a different markets, and inside you should be able to select each of the products or have an overview of the products, and then in each product you should be able to access to different ranges and select the range that you want. That is one way. To explain later. If you scroll down, you should be able to see the most viewed product selectors. So in this case, you have the master pack empty set, compact NSX, the Actinite, the enclosure part, the compact NS, and then you just scroll down, you should be able to see a lot of things. But the idea for you is to identify and familiarize with the product selector. So we have by catalog, defining different markets, and then you have like the most viewed ones. Now, imagine that we are looking for a PLC and we don't know which one to select over here because it can be confused. So we can go here and type PLC. The system will be clever enough in order to show up the different PLCs that we have in a Schneider Electric. Okay, it can show you, for example, the N221, which is the entry level of the PLCs. Then you have, for example, more advanced, you have the MPA 80, you have the safety PLCs, configurable, you have it over there. So there is a huge list. Probably Celio is a smart relay, not PLC, but showing there. The preventer is not a programmable PLC, but it's in there. So you have an easy way to identify probably what you're after. Okay, then you just need to familiarize with each product, but at least you have an idea. The same can be applied if you're looking for an HMI. The product selector will show you all the different ratings that we have for HMIs, which is quite handy. So if you're looking for a ST6, which is quite nice HMI to be used with the operator terminal expert, or if you go, for example, the STEU, the STO, it will depend which one. You have older one, a new one, but it can be used for BGO Designer. Then you have all the HMIs over here. Okay, now for example, you're looking for a push button, then you just type push button or push, and then you should be able to see in there all the different push button families that we have, all the harmony range that we have. Okay, and then when you enter in one of those, then you should be able to see the different things. For example, in this case, you're looking for a push button, but then it just access to the harmony, in this case XB5. So it will tell you, are you looking for a push button? Are you looking for a light? Are you looking for a potentiometer? What are you after? The system will ask you that. Then if you're looking, for example, for a specific range, okay, so we already searched for the PLC, but now if I want to search, for example, for a specific PLC, we can just type in this case is the Modicon M21. So we can just type M21 over there, and it will show up the product selector as it's on the screen. Then I already explained this part, but this is how it looks like. So if we click on one of the catalogs or ranges of the market, the next pop-up will show up. Okay, as you can see that you have, depending on the market, you have different products that you can use, and you can see on the right side all the different products. Okay, if you select HMI, it will show the HMI that we have. If you use PLCs, it will show the PLCs, and then you can select the different things. So we have different ways. If you have direct access, or you can enter by market. Then if you want to go back, you can always use the arrow. Otherwise, you can go over here and select different kind of markets. So there are different ways to do the same. Now, if I search again, for example, for the M221, we can select the product, and then depending on the product, we have probably different versions, or if it's a push button, we have, are you looking for a switch? Are you looking for a potentiometer? Are you looking for a push button with light? What are you after? Then probably the best way to use this option, help me choose. Okay, if you use the option help me choose, it will go to the complete solution or the complete questions, so you can identify the product much better. This case is compact and bulk and will depend on the size, but we can go. So after you select the help me choose or the right family range, this is an idea of the questions that the product selector will ask you, which is the power supply, the amount of inputs and outputs, or if it's an HMI, which is the size that you're after. So these are some of the questions. Once you select it and you complete based on the amount of things that you need to select, in this case you have 1 of 8 options to select as mandatory, then you should be able to see on the right side which is the option that you need to use. Okay, in this case is this reference for the Modicon M221. And then something important is that this product selector is also linked with different accessories that you can use along with the product. It's not mandatory. So in this particular case, we had the possibility to use a graphic display. We had the possibility to use that SD card that is shown over there, or the panel mounting kit. Okay, depending on the product, you have different options. Okay, but the important thing is that we have the accessories. In the case of using, for example, the one of the Modicon X80 for the EPAC range, you should be able to select the model and then some of the accessory for the terminals. So it's like it's a good tool to know if it's something is missing. We can check over there. So if we select the additional graphic display, for example, then you should be able to add in our list. So on the selection, we should show up that we have 2 items over there. So this is for the product selector. As you can see, it's very easy and very straightforward. The important thing is probably to know what you're after. If you're after a relay but you don't know which one, just go for there and type relay, and then you should be able to see a lot of options. And then in each option you should be able to select, okay, this is similar to what I'm after based on pictures, and then you should be able probably to see on the description of the product, okay, this one is more related to what I'm after, and you carry on. Then those are the product selectors that allow you to select just one specific product or an accessory, which is fine. But we also need to focus on have like a solution. Okay, so it's not just one product, it's a combination of products that give us a solution. And so far, or as far as you know, we have these two, which is the EcoStruxure Motor Control Configurator and the Modicon PLC Configurator. So what does it mean? If we have the EcoStruxure Motor Control Configurator, these configurators give us 4 different solutions. So let's start with the easiest one in terms of complexity. So we have the, for example, if you want to control and protect a motor, we need to use, for example, the traditional way is to use a DOL, this direct starter, and it gives you the option from the range of power that we can control and monitor, protect and monitor, control. So if we select that direct starter, it will give you a bunch of questions in order to guarantee you a solution. Then if you don't want to use a DOL, you can use, for example, forward and reverse. So you have the reversing, or if you want to use start delta, that option is also available in the direct starter, okay, of the motor. If you don't want to use that because you are worried about the consumption that you may have in your installation, you can select a soft starter, and the soft starter will help you on that, okay, and we have different solutions. So if you select the soft starter, then it also gives you the protection that you need, and also all the different accessories you may have. So it's not just one product selector, it's a configuration, probably a solution that you need. Then something more advanced would be to use the variable speed drive. So instead of having just one fixed frequency for the motor, you have forward, reverse, you have different changes of the frequency of the motor, and there you have also the range. So it gives you like the complete cycle of the product, from traditional, having soft starters, and having the variable speed drive. And something new that we have is the thesis island. So it gives us some of the traditional way to use a contactor and overload relay, just one together, and allow us to have communication. So we reduce the wiring and property space, and everything is configurable, and it can be used with a PLC, or it can be used a remote or local control of the unit. So it gives us different kind of solution, this motor control configuration, and it's related to motor, how we can control, protect the motor, and we have all that in this EcoStruxure Motor Control Configurator. So this is something important. If you are looking, for example, someone came to you and asked you, I have this motor, I want this contactor. Okay, it's fine, but it's good to know that we have this, so we can use like a different solution approach that just give a contactor. Okay, now this is for the motor. Now we also have the Modicon PLC configurator. So sometimes selecting a PLC which the different inputs and outputs and the different communication can be complex if you're not well aware about the different ranges. So this Modicon PLC configurator allows us to avoid having issues on the selection. Okay, and it will also allow you to select the PLC, the different models, and it's going to give you all the accessories in case you need one. So this is, as explained before, it's more advanced than having just a product selector. It gives you like a complete solution. So if you're after a PLC, I don't know, with 20 inputs and outputs, but then I need a remote I/O, that configuration can be done in here. So these two configurators are quite nice for automation and process that give us a quick overview of what we can select, okay, or have an idea the options of the solution that we may have using a Schneider Electric products. So the product selector are easy to find and how to select using our website. In order to access to these configurators, I usually Google them, motor control configurator, Modicon PLC configurator, and then it show up. That would be my easiest way to doing it. So this is it for the product selector and configurator tools that we have in the Schneider Electric to make the things much easier for everyone. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I see you on the next one.